Alright, and here we are. Maybe a little bit of a chaotic start here, but we're here with the rookies race here at Bathurst. I can't wait for this one personally. Now, normally I'm not on the broadcast. Normally you hear Alex. Today you guys are stuck with me. My name is Ricky from RTC Broadcasting. It's very good to see you here, as you're on the way with qualifying already. We're at Bathurst today. As always, we've got plenty of familiar faces here. I see a couple coming out. Chris Getman, for example, but also some faces that I see in the RF2 race. Carl van Horn, obviously, in the endurance races. Tom Bernil was here. Jimmy Van Olsen's back on the server as well. Lucy Sano is here. Thomas Stanek is a name I haven't heard in a long time, but he's still racing. It's good to see him as well. As we're here, we see that right now it's all the amateurs coming out. That is just, yeah, that's Bathurst in a nutshell there. You immediately see that. Once you kind of get off that ideal line, you're screwed. Here is Bart Janssen we're watching. Representing Cape Town Racing, a team that I'm not very familiar with. Maybe a new face to the scene here, wouldn't surprise me. As Bart Janssen comes down, now we're also going to see the first laps here getting into their false laps now. Things are going to get interesting here, I can guarantee you that much. And I can't wait for this one personally. Here goes Stephen Balfgate then. Now, we see no times to be set as of yet, so for now it's just really waiting who's gonna come through and do well. See where that goes. No flags are out elsewhere as well for driver number 46. That was a driver we actually highlighted earlier as well. That was Mr. Moody. There's Tom Bernil. First time is being placed now. Franson is currently the fastest driver around with a 2:01.457. Drivers coming in now with laps roughly around the 2:03, 2:05 mark. As always, Tom Bernil's brought out his Michelin Pilot livery. It looks so awesome. $18 minutes left here for the times to come in. Currently, this man is still in the lead. So more and more drivers are going to finish up their laps now. Where 3, 4, 6 has crashed as well. That's Turner, who unfortunately crashed in. Enough race coming out. Make his way around the well. Now, luckily, they were able to get back into the pits, so no problem as of yet. Here's Craig Court, driver number 26 here in the 296 GT3. They come down. Ooh, that is a big hit into the wall there. That is very much awkward. Well, that's going to be a big off there for Adrian Pitot, who now can reset into the pits here. Gate back at it again. His way around the corner now, starting his fast laps, and then we'll see where that brings him. Fransen. Very good looking car as well. Liqui Modi. A sponsor that is a classic at this point in motorsports. Currently looking to improve his time even more. I mean, he's 4/10 clear of the driver behind him, so that's not bad at all. As they come here, he goes down the hill. Another car is spun off somewhere. This time it was William Glover who's had a little bit of a spin there, unfortunately. Now continues his run, and he's currently still 3/10 clear. No kind of race, all looking to improve. He's in P2 right now. The Belgian driver having a big task ahead of him here to stay with the drivers. Obviously, we'll also get drivers that come Horn come out in any second now, and that's going to be the scary part of things as well. But for now, not quite yet. Nothing to worry about just yet. I mean, time will come. Race now to improve by 4/10 of a second here. Bronson has somehow unfortunately ruined this lap. He's struggling for grip right now, and sure he gets around, but no improvement there. Ooh, the BMW's gone off, but Kenneth Race is still going. Here goes Kenneth Race then to improve his lap by about 7/10, and that should be good for provisional pole. And indeed, that is the case. Goes fastest. Awesome result. Now we see as well, Craig Court looking to improve massively by 1.3 seconds to shoot up the standings here, I think. Actually, no. Feels like I missed that he had invalidated this lap, unfortunately. And Glovers has had his moment so far. Ooh, that's looking a little sketchy. I think it might just be on my end though. I'm not entirely sure about it. That looked pretty weird. Drivers going downhill at the same time as well, where it's actually still quite busy on track here. Now Turner makes his way through, no problem. Enough flags once again out elsewhere, but then there's a driver who should teleport back into the pit, so nothing to worry about as of yet. 14 minutes remaining of this qualifying here, and Turner's not going to be too much faster, I think. Fransen is though. 4/10 of a second. He's going to try and make up. That would give him provisional pole. However, Kenneth Race is also looking to improve in this lap yet again, so it might just be very temporary here. Fransen and Race, those are the ones to watch right now. Conor Fransen is to me a unknown driver, so it's good to see him doing so well. It's always fun to have those pleasant surprises, and even though obviously we're going to get the other drivers out there, we'll might be able to go sub 1 minute even. But this is still impressive stuff, and as he's making his way around, he seems to have lost a little bit of time, so he's going to improve. Just about not good enough to claim provisional pole. Immediately, Kenneth Race comes in as well, looking to take this gap down. Half a second he's improving right now. As he nails the last corner, what's going to be 4/10 of a second, but still. Massive improvement as he once again goes faster. He's the first one to do a 2:08. The rest of the drivers still in the 2:01s for now. Adrien Pitot. Currently P5. And is currently improving by half a second. That would put him in P4. Or if he pushes real hard, he might be able to beat out Janssen as well. At the moment, it's not looking likely, though. It's lost a tiny bit of time on the last few corners and is now actually not even close enough to beat the time of Turner. Gotta see how that goes here. Here's Thomas Stanek at least, looking across the finish line. With a big improvement him. Almost a second. That would shoot him up one position only, though. That is a little bit unfortunate for him, but that's just how big the gaps are. But still, good improvement. Goes over Tom Brunel now. Adrian Pitot. No, I thought for a second he was driving slowly because he was marked in yellow, but he's going to come in here and improve on this lap. Goes 4 fastest. And then, well, still got 4 tenths to go to the driver ahead of him. The can of race so far is the unbeaten man. Does it surprise me? Not necessarily. Scatman looking to improve by half a second here roughly as well. Is currently 4 tenths up. Coming into the last corner now. Here it goes. It's going to be 6 fastest. Not bad at all here. More and more drivers starting the lap now. But a lot of drivers coming in as well over in the amateur section. Now we see the silvers have come out. And the silvers now looking to send a good... lap times as well. Now, the time to beat here is a 2:00.607 by Kenneth Race, the only driver in the amateur class to go under the 2.01, so not bad at all here. Here we see a lot of drivers coming out here, looking ready to go. Marco Vergouw is once again here. And André Orachin, I think I recognize that name as well. Not entirely sure though. Jimmy Noelson, this is his favorite track, I have been told. But I don't know whether that was sarcastic or not, but we're going to see how the times are going to come out here. There's 10 minutes on the clock. We see drivers can set the lap times in. Jake the Strong is back as well. Back from long ago. Cody Besselink also representing Astro Racing Team as always. So it's fun to see that all these endurance team drivers are also representing themselves in championships like this. We've got Masters and Rookies. The Master stream is out right now as well. If you're interested, make sure to check that one out, okay? Cox, recognize the name as well, has been involved in a few of those as well, representing Astro Racing Team B. And obviously we also have another Astro Racing car on the grid, the name of Cody Besselink. He's currently gone back to the pits here. There's Cody Besselink, then the name I had mentioned before. We're now seeing drivers on their downhill to send in their first laps. Get accustomed to the track here, which is actually quite cold here. I mean, the track temp currently sits at 17 degrees Celsius only. Quite low, to be honest, here. Tuominen looking to get his first lap in now. It's going to be 4 fastest, not bad at all. How with 6 fastest, we're seeing improvements here. So many drivers coming out now. It's going to be hard to keep track of all of them here. We're just going to see where the times will go down. This is Carl van Horn. To beat out a couple, it's going to go 10 fastest only. We're going to have to see a couple more improvements from him there. Ooh, that is Cody Besselink, unfortunately finding himself into the wall. Quite unfortunate, but that was bound to happen, wasn't it? There's Mickey Taylor. And a few drivers that are soon going to come in. Cox went second fastest, Orsikin third fastest, but Ray still unbeaten. Taylor able to do what he wants to do. Now she's waiting for Jake Shong to get out there. To send his first time lap as well here. Taylor, 18th fastest for now. Not bad at all. Here is Sando Tuominen again. Indy 4 Mustang. One of the few drivers actually daring to stick to it. Together with Emmanuel Wilson. And I love seeing that, to be honest. It's a car that you don't get to see every day. Just definitely not bad at all. Tuominen, 4th fastest for now. Improvements behind though. This was also getting up close now, but first we've got driver 22 coming in. That's going to be Novak here. Right behind, I believe that is the Assetto Racing car of number 14. Novak 3rd fastest here. Good improvements elsewhere too. This was going to come in as well now. Six fastest for Biswas here. Kieran Cox has now beaten the pole position time, but we're yet to dive under 2 minutes. Jim Manuelson, now as well, is going to be able to post up a slight improvement most likely. It's going to be very marginal. So it doesn't really net him any positions or to really help him become safe for now, unfortunately. They have looking to come in now as well. So they have now actually only starting his lap, I believe. Yes, that is the case. That was a little bit of a surprise to me. Here's Jake de Jong, but he's currently slower than his previous attempt, although he could make up for it in the last corner. He's currently basically equal. Here he goes. It's not going to be good enough, unfortunately, here. So Craig Hill coming up next, and he's still quite far away. Time is ticking away, by the way. Here goes Craig Hill. Pushing it to the limits of the Lamborghini. And well, so far, no time for him. This is just actually him warming up. Surprisingly, we've still got a lot of drivers doing that. Here's Marco Vergouwen though. He's currently 4/10 quicker, and he should be able to push himself into the top 8 and 7 potentially, depending on how much he can shave off now. But not good enough to get himself up even further. He was close though in the end, but to be losing time there. Taylor's come in. His lap is unfortunately invalidated, as it looks like. So we're not going to see any improvements from him. Not this lap around. The time is ticking away. Here is Jack Evans coming in now as well. And he is also just starting his attempts now. Already we see Biswas once again coming around, and he's still P6. Wilson driving a little bit slowly. Just getting ready to prep his other lap, I feel like. Here is Barry Mnemonic. Barry goes 6 fastest, pushing Biswas down now. A little bit remaining in. Jake de Jong's going to come in. Stays in his exact position right now. What's happened to Mickey Taylor then? Is he still out there? Yes, he is. He's up on the hill right now. Currently he's set a good delta as well, so we gotta see where he ends up in the end. There's Craig Hill then. Look, to set his first lap, unless he's someone validated. You can't see that until they've put the lap down, actually, unfortunately, in the program that I'm using. $18 fastest for Craig Hill. Not where you want it to be, I'm afraid. Andrea Reshkin coming in as well, but no, not good enough in the end, unfortunately. And now just waiting for more drivers to come in. Tuomaienen's validated his lap now, so no improvements from him this time around here, but opportunities might arise here. Mickey Taylor's almost 2 seconds quicker than his previous attempt. The weird thing is that it says his lap's been going on for 5 minutes. It's clearly not the case, as he goes 14 fastest with 2:21.15, and still nobody under the 2 minutes here. Now, I was hopeful that we were going to reach that, but now I'm doubting myself. Corbin Horn should not be able to improve here. Unfortunately, a little bit too slow. And Wilson, however, able to shave off 6 tenths. Oh, okay, it's going to be 5 tenths, but still, massive improvement to go P10. And those are the improvements that we live for as well. They have P12 for now. He sets into the pits as well. Here comes Manuel Novak. Shaves up a couple thousandths of a second here. Maybe that might just be enough to stay keep the other drivers behind him. I mean, the gap is 11 hundredths here. Shows how incredibly close things are right now. There's Craig Hill again. Camera's not the best on Bathurst, unfortunately. They will go 16 fastest now. Here's the current pole sitter, who has now just come into the pits. Thinks it's all done. Maybe it was too slow in his last lap as well. Here is Chubomoy Biswas. His last attempt as well. Driver right ahead of him too, so these two may be good for improvements. Time will tell. That's going to be it for now, I think. Let's see who else is coming in. Mnemonic is still improving. I'll struggle with the name a little bit here, but he is currently about on the mark what he usually drives. So, slight improvement might be possible. I mean, 10 thousandths here should be good enough for precision. 100. And no, can't do it, fortunately. Novak is improving by 2 tenths, but that's not going to be close enough, I'm afraid. The best link coming in his last attempt. Should be able to shave off a little bit of time, and he's going to go for fastest here. Now that leaves only one driver on the track who everybody's watching right now, and that's Craig Hill. Here goes Craig Hill. There it is, P10 in the end. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a small break, and then we'll be back as soon as the race starts, okay? So don't go anywhere.
just calling to say I just calling to say I
Here we go. Getting ready to go racing here. Kieran Cox is well ahead of everybody else. And then we have got Kenneth Race here, who's the only amateur in the top 8. Brunson following in P9 did pretty well. I'm positively surprised. As we're off, let's see how this one's gonna go then. As we are going to make our way up the beautiful hills here in Australia. I cannot help but dying because of coughing. I'm sorry, guys. Oh man. As we're here, we're going to get ready to start rather soon. Now, the order currently is as follows. It's Cox, then Race, then Novak, Cody Besselink, Orishkin, Matu Amainen, Harry Manamovic. This was Fransen Vergouwen, Craig Hill, Car van Hoorn, and oh, that is a car facing the wrong way. A bit of lag as well, I think. Vergouwen, Hill, Van Hoorn, Emmanuel Sensedeev, Hansen Taylor, Little, Jake Deschamps, Turner, Chris Kepman as well to round out the top 20. Got 31 drivers on the grid right now. We're trying to perform. As we'll make our way down the hill now, we are almost ready to go racing. Gotta contain your nerves. Well, as we're almost going to make our way and we're down the hill now. Things are going to get tough. Go, and then we're driving slowly again. We've got one driver starting from the pits, that's Sadeev. And well, getting ready to go around the corner here. It's gonna get messy. Let's see how things go. Here we go. Everybody's made it through the first corner. We're ready to go racing.
Green light. Give us all you can.
And we are off here. Armanovic is a good start. Immediately the inside being defended here by Kieran Cox as well. Race makes it through nicely. Novak as well. And then, oh no. You see a couple drivers falling back all the way already. Race will take the lead and Kieran Cox is down to P7 already. And he's driving so much slower than the rest now as well. Jim Manuelson's immediately going to challenge that one. No, it's actually two of mine in the car. Apologies, they both drive the Ford Mustang here, but we are on the way with the race here over at Bathurst. Making our way up the hill for the first time. Some drivers still side by side. I wouldn't risk it personally. It seems to be rather clean for now. No real issues here for the drivers coming through. And the AMs now were well represented at some point. Now find themselves falling behind here. A little bit messy. Even the game doesn't know who's leading anymore, but it is this kind of race. AM driver looking to do really well. Here we see more coming. Triple Moy Biswas looking to come in as well. So for no moves yet, here's Andrew Pito then. Everybody's made it through the downhill section here without major problems. Sure, we see some drivers falling back, Chang Evans for example, but making it through safely on the first lap is usually a strategy most drivers tend to end up going with. Just gotta make sure that you don't mess it up. And well, here they come, one driver coming in immediately. Is that Marco Vergouwen? I think it might have been. Maybe he did pick up damage then. Yes, it was Marco Vergouwen coming in. Now that surprises me a little bit here. Tom Bernil, P20, now also loses out to Bovgate. He's going to make it that spot immediately. As obviously he passes the driver in the pits. He must have got damage, there's no other way. Nobody comes in. Nobody will overtake Vergouwen and all the way at the back here. I don't know what the strategy is going to be all about, but I'm here for it. See where it brings me in. It's definitely ballsy. Maybe he's got damage, maybe he has no choice. Here goes Stephen Bovgate. Bovgate still chasing here. Turner's right next to him, but not able to get by his Fiat. Here's Andrea Lucisano. I thought I thought was Italian for very long. Turns out that's not the case. That's one driver facing the wrong way. This is Bart Janssen. Sure, he rejoins. Ooh, that is sketchy. Oh my. That could have gone very wrong, but they survive in the end. Scary stuff, though. Now the positions are finally in. Novak in second still. Couple drivers here stealing away purples, but it's all very close right now. And the lead is still well together after 2 laps here. Mainly because this track's difficult to overtake on as well. Plenty of slipstreaming opportunities, maybe, but definitely not the easiest ones. Here we go then. Franson still in P6 here, and oh, that is a pause here by Manuel Novak, and he's going to take the race lead for now. Race not too worried, obviously. It is still quite easy to defend the position here, and doesn't really care that much as long as he's going to finish first in his class, then he's all good. Here, was that another driver coming off? I'm not so sure. It might have been. Yes, that is the case. Oh no, that's Connor Franson. Tough luck. Oh man, it just shows how these things go, right? It's so unfortunate, really. But yeah. Once you make a mistake, that's going to cost you. And that's good news for Kenneth Race as well. We already had such a big lead. What this was in a good position still. So far so good. Here goes Biswas. No moves as of yet though. Frey still in second here, even though my program on my left doesn't seem to agree with me here, but it's all good. Jim and Wilson, 11 in terms of positioning right now. That's in P10 in his respective class. And a couple of drivers still behind him struggling though, but it's fairly equal, the division between Silver and Am. So far well. Order doesn't really get shaken up too much here. Apart from when somebody crashes here, we see Josh Nix coming in here. With one of the late joiners. I hadn't seen his name before at least. Could very well be on me though, I'm not entirely sure to be honest. Here they come around. Simon Turner, P16. Andre Orsken still holding on to P3 in his class, P4 overall. Even on this kind of long straight section, you see how difficult it is to overtake on a track like this, right? It's very limited opportunities. If you get it wrong, you're going to lose a lot of time, you're going to lose a lot of place. And once again, temperatures are just so incredibly low, so getting heat in those tires is definitely not an easy task either. Here's Andrei Oreshkin. Still P4. Cody Besselink right ahead of him. You see them all come down the hill. It's a spectacular sight every single day. You see Bathurst, one of Australia's main racing tracks here. One that they race on in all kinds of cars. One of the biggest events being the 24 Hours of Bathurst, obviously. Or was it 12 hours? It might have been actually. it is 12 hours. Yes, it is the battle's 12 hour. Held at this track, which actually isn't even called Bathurst. No, it's called Mount Panorama. It's located in Bathurst, which is in New South Wales. And features probably one of the coolest tracks I've ever seen in my life. It looked like he was about to underestimate the corner, but he's managed it through. When are we going to see more? Here's Chris Getman presenting the name, but not the colors of Formula Racing League, interestingly enough. Mini Porsche 992 GT3. Wesseling still holding on to his P3, and currently Novak's leading, and he's trying to create a gap behind, which he's doing quite well. So far, nobody's been able to stop him as of yet. That might change, you know. Almost there now. Not quite yet, but so close. Chevrolet Biswas here for now, chasing the Mustang around here, but Finn looking to hold on to this one here. We're seeing some drivers go side by side here. Kind of race has fallen off, and he's fallen off massively. P6 all of a sudden. Take my best link, Orskin, Monich, as well as Kieran Cox, and that now hurts quite badly here. I'm not exactly sure as to what's happened there. It's most definitely not a good look. P12 on P12. The Phrase loses another now. The Winen just has more straight line speed in that Mustang, and that is what allowed it to overtake. And it's still quite safe. I mean, he's second fastest driver right now in this class is in P12, so there's still plenty of room to play around with, but still. It's something you were hoping I'll see. Catman goes a little bit too wide through the corner, but is able to make it through. Here's Bart Janssen, and we have a yellow coming out now for driver number 84. Who actually is that? Driving again though. Was this man, Kevin Harmanesh, who unfortunately found himself stuck there for a while. Really good luck. The order here hasn't changed that much here, apart from the fact that Kenneth Raisins fell off after making a small mistake. Ooh, slight tap of the barrier as well. You gotta be careful. You can be on the limit, but don't go over the limit. Simon Turner. For now, chasing Jake Deschamps, was actually in a different class as well, and that's tough because you got to get to the drivers ahead of you. You don't want to race him too hard. Now, for him, it wouldn't really matter. But staying ahead definitely seems to be up the cards right now. Oh, Barry Monage can't get around. Risking there. Would love to, but they're just going to have to wait. And Kieran Cox is getting involved in this battle as well now. I said around the outside, perhaps is there space. We'll be able to stay on track, but no overtake. Now Barry Monage is going to go side by side, and Kieran Cox wants to go for it as well. Are we going to go free wide? No, Kieran Cox backs out. Barry Monage is now true. Orskin's going to end up losing that one. Not too big of a deal as of yet here, but as they're coming through, you can see how close the pack is still together. Franson shaking a little bit here, flashing his lights. I don't know what that was all about, but he's going to make his way past Mickey Taylor, who's in a different class right now. Just indicating, okay mate, I'm not in your class, but I want to get through here. I have more pace than you. And oh, there's a big crash. Now it's just a matter of holding your brakes and getting going again, but oh, that's tough luck. Too many drivers make it through, but it's very messy. I don't even know who that was at this point. Could have been anybody, really. And immediately all the drivers go back up to base again. You can see that it was Emmanuel Wilson involved in that one. You can clearly see what the damage he's got to his car now. That's very tough luck, Kevin. Harmonesh going a little bit too wide as well. I should say really wide, actually. That definitely wasn't the definition of really wide. The flag's out again for driver number 88. That was Josh Nix, who's finding himself facing the wrong way. Tough luck for him so far. P29 already hasn't had the greatest of times. Wilson's been overtaken now by Taylor as well. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the call for Jim and Wilson to come in, and his car seems really struggle. Now, see how it is. Up to P5 for now, but chased by Kieran Cox is definitely not safe of his position as of yet. Last time we saw a big incident around here. Let's hope that doesn't happen now. Well, who else is going to push for it? At the moment, it seems kind of quiet. I mean, sure, we've got Emmanuel Wilson in the pits as expected. Zadev's going to join in as well. So we're seeing a couple position changes here. Kieran Cox is in P5 right now. Kevin Harmonesh now finally getting involved in some action here. Jake DeJong has gone by him, unfortunately for him. Kieran Cox still P2 for now. race. Well, he said a good start, but now finds himself in P22. Yeah, that is one way to do it. And obviously, he has pitted before, and that's one of the only things working for him here. 40 minutes to finish up the race, though, so... goes Andrea Reshkin. P7 for now, so we've seen some drivers swapping positions. Kieran Cox has just been overtaken, at least. Has business gone by? Yes, he has. Most definitely. And that should be done deal. Nine minutes remaining now, means for 1/3 through. Maharmanesh, P24. Vergouwen in P19 for now. Gonna see some drivers move on. Time will tell. Here in the top 10, still so close. Kieran Cox is coming as well. Ryan forced something away here. Are we gonna see any moves now? There's 29 drivers remaining, so we have seen some disconnects in the meanwhile, unfortunately. Andrea Reshkinen, currently still P6. Having a good race so far. Pretty stable, pretty solid. Here's Bart Jansen. Ooh, that is not one way to do. William Glover's gone off and he's had a massive moment. Well, looks like we're finally back up to racing here for at least the majority of them, but we're still seeing some drivers come off yet again. Driver number 88's gone off somewhere. That is going to be Josh Nix. Not too great, really. There's Chris Getman we're watching. Biswas looking to hang on as well. There's Craig Hill. P7 it is. Making his way by right now. We don't see anything special. Races come in again. William Glover was to be expected, and Josh Nix has been standing here for a while as well. So we're getting more and more drivers serving a pit stop. Some of them mandatory here, but since right now the current top 14 still yet to come in. Gouwe being the lead driver that has come in already. So gonna have that as an advantage for him now. Now Carl van Hoorn comes in, so does Craig Hill. So we're seeing more and more drivers coming in a little bit earlier than the halfway mark here. Surprising in any way. I mean, at some point you just gotta get it done anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. And you're just gonna see, when do I think I'm gonna be in clean air? Call that a day. And Glover in, as I've mentioned before now. Here's Scott Moody. Had a tough race so far. Well, here we go. Janssen gonna come in as well. Now we're seeing more and more drivers come in. Oh, still standing there actually. Chris Getman now is getting real close as well. Can't get close enough as of yet here. Horn's lost a little bit of time. Janssen's finally off again. Here is Alexander Zadeev. Looking to fight for something too. Well, just make his way around the streets of Battersea. Obviously, this is technically a street circuit too, actually. Not a lot of people know that, but that is the case. Quite interesting. Here we see Chris Getman getting by Turner as he comes into the pits. We've got a 30-second stop and go on Carl van Hoorn. He's not having the greatest of times right now, unfortunately. Biswas comes in as well. Here is Bart Janssen now coming in as well. So we're seeing more and more drivers pits. 27 drivers remaining here in the race. So we have seen a couple DNFs over time, but generally speaking, it's been a clean race, and sure, we've seen our small spins or incidents, and sure, we just had one big crash on the uphill section, but other than that, it's been quite alright. Look at this fun freeway battle here as well. Actually, one of the drivers being lapped right now. One and Abysmus are fighting for position, however, BMW is still ahead here as well. It's not involved in the fights whatsoever, but actually letting them by is going to be difficult. I think that's Tom Bernil in the car. There they go, both of them. That is well respected. Blue flags all around. Well done. So the other drivers who are currently faster and fighting for position go through. Manuel Novak, he hasn't stopped at all. Representing the Advisor Racing team. We've talked about this plenty of times on stream by now. Especially during the 3-hour race that we did at Watkins Glen, we saw it. Jim it was. With a fixed up car, he's still able to get going here. Taylor comes in as well in the background here, as we're soon going to reach the halfway mark. Still currently the only driver in here, but we're going to see some drivers overtaken now. Here's Kieran Cox as well.
Not over yet.
At some point leading the race, but that is long gone, unfortunately. It's a shame really that the race has gone like this for some of them, right? This saw potential, some of the drivers, but unfortunately they just couldn't make it through, and it's difficult. So we expect some drivers to be really quick as well, right? We have quite high standards for a few of them. At least I do. Don't know about you guys, but I most definitely do. This was still holding on to P5 for now. Definitely would be a great result if he could just stay here. Will we see that happen? It wouldn't surprise me at all. Now you can see as well at the we're just getting a little bit less tight. There's Sano in the pits now. Stop and go still being served now by Convenor, who just came in as well. So we're seeing drivers now are getting the results in, and it's always a good sign if you ask me. Now, this was comes into service pit stop finally. Some drivers therefore able to get a little bit closer than they were before. There comes just a little bit more here, perhaps out of Kieran Cox. Is getting closer and closer now to Marco Vergouwen. Actually, is racing in the same class as him, interestingly enough. So, as drivers continue doing their thing, might see some late game shakeups here. So for Kieran Cox can't do it, but he is now right up there. as drivers will continue to push forwards. He can't get there just yet here on the uphill, but come so close. His car looks quite okay still. Definitely not as bad as it used to be. On the downhill then, oh, a mistake, and then they touch. Aaron Cox gets spun the other way around. It looks like Marco Vergauer is good to go. A big shunt coming through there. Oh man, that one really does hurt, doesn't it? Well, this might just be the end here for some of the drivers that were up for so long. Bernil, Pitol are going to serve their pit stops and then lose all the good positions they do have. Now, interestingly enough, Kieran Cox is going to come in as well. It's going to feel like he has to because of the damage to his car, but an extra pit stop is just costing him so much time right now, and that one does really sting. Most definitely does. Shame it is this way. Well, you can't win them all, and at the moment it looks like Jarvis won't be able to make up for the space. And Novak's coming out to serve his first mandatory pit stop. He was the race leader. It's quite massive for the drivers behind him. They can try and go for a cut of some sort. Well, there goes Simon Turner then. Off-gate's the one defending. It's going to get quite intense. It is basically guaranteed at this point. There is almost a fight, and now he comes through. Yes, indeed. Surprising he didn't fight for that much longer there. That would have been it, but no. So that's not to hold on, or I don't think he wanted to defend it that hard. You know how dangerous a track like this one can be. I think that's why he's called for that. Here it goes. Potentially so much more. Barry Emovic not close to anyone right now. Kieran Cox is now down in P21. 91 is honestly quite devastating at this point. I know that some drivers have worked really hard to get where they are, but it's definitely a tough job. Kevin Armin gains one. That's because Moody's come into the pits, and he's now going to serve another pit stop as well. Besselink and Fransen, they're both in. That's going to make the whole field just get a little bit smaller yet again. Now so close to getting that P3 here from Biswas, who had some really solid stints all around and really makes some drivers proud. Barry so far is going to struggle to find a way by. And that's just also the nature of this track. I mean, I mentioned this on broadcast before. It's just not an easy track to overtake on. Definitely a tricky track as well when it comes to nailing your lines. If you don't nail them, you're going to lose a lot of time. It's a track of daring, and I'm sure these drivers have practiced obviously before their races, so now Pitol's getting closer in P10 to Connor Fransen. Cody Besselink looking to make his way around here. They're going to go side by side into this, I think. Fransen has now lost the position here. Actually, he's picked up some damage along the way through, and now 17 minutes remain, that's all. Besselink now ahead of Biswas, and we have a driver standing still. Was that Glover? Yes, it was. Oh, yikes. Besselink got clear, but now there's 3 drivers fighting for this. Actually, I found a connection to Mnenomic now too, so it's going to be Mnenomic, Besselink, Biswas and Craig Hill all fighting for positions this late into the race. Another yellow flag is out for driver number 42. That's going to be Kieran Cox. He's able to restart his car, but once again damage done. And I think that just sums up his race in a nutshell, really. He just can't get around to it too much anymore. as this was yet again. Link B3. Tuominen now has to come in as well. He was actually leading the race now, which was a bit unexpected to some of us. Tuominen overtaken by Novak. That was to be expected, of course. He's once again leading the race, and he has for majority of it. We see so many backmarkers getting involved into this as well. It's still the same battle, but so awkward to get out of the way from time to time. Mary's in P3, Vesseling still chasing. Fourth of Tuominen are also fighting for second position. He wants to hold on to this with 13 minutes remaining. Look at how close they are to the wall as well. Coming around. There's Barry Manenovic. Still chasing. Tuominen here, or is there move? I was about to say, is there space for move? No, there's not. Not yet, at least. There is definitely potential to this. At the moment, I'm just not seeing it come out as of yet here. He's able to hold on to his position quite easily, though. Pretty Vesseling also needs to prioritize actually making it through, of course. So, therefore, so good. Craig Hill is going to try it around the outside because driver defending the inside. Massive job at that as well. At the moment we don't see changes here yet. Might just be a very short temporary thing, because at the moment the drivers are going absolutely nuts, pushing the cars to the limits. Now this is the time to score some good points. Look at how close to the wall some of them are. It's incredible stuff, really. Comes just a little bit more here. Tuominen's fallen all the way back here. Tough luck, it looks like. line. It's going to fall off here. Nanomich. Oh, there's the pass, perhaps. The Bestlink makes his way through, and he's going to take P2 now. Looks like in the end it wasn't enough to hold on, and that must be very frustrating as well. See more action here. I mean, they're all together, and they will stay together for a while. What we're seeing here is quite incredible stuff. Bestlink now back into his old position to get the most out of here. Might just get that. Bestlink, he frees still. Craig Hill's gotten close to Biswas here, but and now in P16. He's had a tough string of luck, fortunately. It's all gone pretty wrong. And Pitol looking to come in as well. Mine in P16. Does he have it in him? 0.4 seconds is what separates him right now. Go to best link. Be free. He could stay here. Be an absolutely stunning result for him. Wouldn't surprise me if it's gonna happen soon. Taylor then. P10 it is, representing himself in his own team. Flags once again out here thanks to an incident up ahead. Luckily they're able to avoid him, so they're all good for now. Mine and P16. His own thing. Actually, funnily enough, it's Kieran Cox with the fastest lap so far. Well, as comes, I don't know what else we're gonna see out of the drivers, but so far it's been once again spectacular. Just a mere 2 minutes left to try and make something happen here. Besselink still P3 to Miner, now catching up to Jake de Jong, who's had a little bit less spectacular of a race. Well, no flags once again out, and this time it is once again Harmanesh into the wall, last lap. To make it even more frustrating. I mean, that's going to all depend on where the current race leader is right now. Mr. Novak, who has just been unbeatable the entire time around. Jake de Jong actually has to let him by as well already. Once again, flags are out here. Driver number 91 this time round. Gotta look what that is actually. It's gonna be Thomas Stanek, and ooh, there's been collisions now of multiple drivers. That is never a good sign. Best link, free. Looks like it might stay that way, but Barry Hanomic not safe yet.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
You're on the final lap, that's the confirmation. Just crossed it, so Going at this one more time. There goes Besselink, he goes through. One lap to defend it all. The drivers letting each other by as well, just to play it more safe. So far, Besselink has now definitely escaped. Stanek driving slowly. This car looks pretty messed up if you ask me. We're just all waiting for the winner to come through. He's almost there. Probably 20 seconds until he reaches the finish line, and then Manuel Novak has shown that once again he has got what he needs to do well. And once again, he's just performed so well. He's just been so solid, hasn't made any mistakes, and it's going to be the Antweiser Racing Team driver to take victory here. First position, with a 19-second gap here over to Cody Besselink, who is going to do a massive P2 result. Nevertheless, it is great for him. Monic to finish right behind him. There it is, P2 and P3 respectively. This was to finish at P4, massive result for him as well. That's going to definitely boost him up in the standings as well. Andre Orskin, P5. Craig Hill a little bit further behind and damage as well over on his Lamborghini, unfortunately. There he goes, P6 and P7 for Pito and Craig. Craig Hill. Hill was finishing ahead of the driver I mentioned, Marco Vergouwen, P8, and Mickey Taylor's going to come in behind as well. Pito wins the amateur race, by the way. Then in P2 in that class, Conor Franson will be doing that one. It's going to be P10 for him. Then it's going to be Stephen Bovgate in P3 in his league as well. So that's well done. There's Getman to finish in P4 in his league, and then we're going to see Turner right behind him. Once a result, then Jim and Noelson, Legion driver in P13. Two Minans coming right behind him as well. The other Ford Mustang comes across the line in P14 overall. Jake de Jong right behind, and it's Carl van Hoorn. Then it's just a matter of a couple drivers finishing in here. Travis Sano driving slowly, for example. The other drivers behind are already in. Tom Bernil, Janssen, Zadev, Stanek, Cox, and Glover. So this is Lucy Sano who we're waiting for right now. It's the only driver still in the race together with Armanesh. He's already here as well, so he's going to cross the line in P25. And then as soon as Lucy Sano comes in P26, that's going to be the end of the race. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I'm terribly sorry for the low energy this time around, but it has been fun. And this is going to be the end of the GT3 Rookies Championship Bathurst race. Now, I think next week Alex should be back as well, so stay tuned for that. Until now, I can only say, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. It's been a spectacular race as always. My name is Ricky from Odyssey Broadcasting. It's amazing to see you guys here. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time around, okay? Next week, same time, so don't go anywhere. We expect you all to be here. It's been awesome. I'll see you guys later.